All right, CLC. It is Monday of snow days week, and the temperatures are going up into the 40s again today. My dark prophecy about all the snow melting is going to come true. It's kind of sad. I got a little letter of complaint about the first video that I put up. Someone in our community thinks that I was getting all judgy about our bird mascot, Raz. Oh, really? Also, I actually got a text from Raz. I'm going to read it to you. It's pretty disturbing. Dear Jeff, as I soar above our college and peer down, at a glance, I can read your transparent little soul like any text. The whole college knows that you were being satirical with your first video, and everyone knows that you secretly love me. Your secret undercover bird boss, Raz. All right, I'm going to text Raz back right now. Dear Raz the Wrong, I'm thinking about that final wood chipper scene in Fargo. Exclamation point, Jeff Johnson. That'll show that bird. A couple of things. I teach English at CLC, and I also direct Verse Like Water, the visiting poet program of Central Lakes College. Pretty much what I want to do all day long is read poems and think about them. The purpose of my life in the world is to try to get people interested in imaginative literature, because that's where all the fire and light is. And, you know, that means we're going to work a little poem into today's clue-filled video. First, before I introduce this poet to you, I tell you a couple of things that my students probably get a little tuckered out hearing about. I've only got so many ideas, and some students take more than one class from me. Regarding literature, heads up, FYI, tiny tidbit, there's no minor characters. There's no such thing. Also, when you are reading a story, reading a play, reading a poem, maybe even watching a fine film, inanimate objects are absolutely everything to me. They have a kind of whatness. They have a presence that needs to be paid attention to. As Chekhov says, you open up a story and start reading, and on page 1, there's a gun hanging on the wall of the kitchen. Sometime during the story, that gun has got to go off. No, I want to read it's not a long poem, and it is one of the most tender poems I've ever seen come from the great Lee Young Lee, who started my first series in my old life. And he kicked off Verse Like Water 13 years ago. And this is from his very first book. It's called The Gift. To pull the metal splinter from my palm, my father recited a story in a low voice. I watched his lovely face, and not the blade. Before the story ended, he'd removed the iron sliver I thought I'd die from. I can't remember the tale, but hear his voice still. A well of dark water, a prayer, and I recall his hands. 2 measures of tenderness he laid against my face. The flames of discipline he raised above my head. Had you entered that afternoon, you would have thought you saw a man planting something in a boy's palm. A silver tear, a tiny flame. Had you followed that boy here, you would have arrived where I bend over my wife's right hand. Look how I shave her thumbnail down, so carefully she feels no pain. Watch as I lift the splinter out. I was 7 when my father took my hand like this, and I did not hold that shard between my fingers and think, metal that will bury me. Christen it, little assassin, or going deep for my heart. And I did not lift up my wound and cry, death visited here. I did what a child does when he's given something to keep. I kissed my father. Maybe I read that in honor of all your fathers, maybe especially my father, who's been sleeping in the earth since 2011. Well, I'm hoping you can work with what I've offered you today, and in that introductory video, you never know what will comprise a clue. Best of luck. Keep bashing, you guys. I know you're going to find it. I know one of you is going to find it.